All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, one and all, welcome. Okay, guys, time to get this show on the road. So without further ado, as always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Once again, guys, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. I'll just remove this. It's just a chart I sent in recently to the members group. Been a fantastic week. It's been a really solid week. Looking to finish it off on a high note. So we'll see what we can come up with moving forward on the goal, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've all had a good week. And if I could just ask you one little favor before we get into the analysis, guys, YouTube, smash the like button, get the numbers onto the stream. And TikTok, hit that little screen for us as well. Let's get numbers onto the TikTok stream. Not had many of late, but where YouTube is where it's at. So dropping a video tomorrow as well, guys. So be on the lookout for that. It's already been released for the members. Alrighty, guys, let's have a look at the gold. Let's have a go on, and let's start with the news. Let's see if there is anything scheduled for our session here today. Normally there isn't. We'll just quickly refresh and have a look. It was high impact news for the Aussie dollar today. Came out okay, better than expected. All right, so nothing for our stream. There is, however, some high impact news. Obviously, very high impact news for the euro. That is 15 minutes into the MI session. Then 45 minutes in, you've got the press conference. A big day ahead for the euro. US dollar wise, gold wise, nothing scheduled. As we know, anything could break at any point in time, so be wary of that, guys. And let's get into the analysis. Let's have a look at the gold. Currently just consolidating. I removed my orders yesterday, so I do before bed, but I will be putting an order back in shortly, and I'll again explain it. So we will have a buy limit set soon, guys. But let's get into the analysis. Start with the weekly time frame, and what we can see is the current weekly is forming a very strong bullish candle. We are engulfing that previous weekly candle itself. We have a little bit more margin to the upside here. What we're going to do is just mark in the high for now, and we'll make our way down to the daily. So based off the weekly, just quickly, guys, I'm likely going to be looking for is what levels within it we are perhaps at right now, and perhaps looking for support to form above it. Will there be entries below it though, those levels of support, in order to take price on a bit of a deeper pullback? We'll wait and see how I feel about that. I'll explain why I'm not really keen on that shortly. Let's have a look at the daily time frame here. Daily now is kind of respecting some resistance, but we're hovering, you could argue, above it here to the left. We did wick well above it, closed above the bodies, still didn't clear these wicks though. So to me, that is really a level where you need to clear in order for me to be convinced that we're ready to head up to the next level. Current candle is still hovering above it, but based off the daily, I'm going bullish as well. Obviously, structure is bearish, but we're looking at scalps here. So the previous daily candle was a strong bullish candle. Current candle, not a great deal of volume. What we're going to do is mark in both the high and low, and we're going to make our way down to the 4-hour time frame and see what we've got here. In 4-hour, this is where we start to look at the structure, guys, and we are definitely bullish in structure here on the 4-hour. Has tapped into some resistance, obviously, as we can see here to the left hand side, and so far respecting and rejecting. We're just going to draw that in as the most recent resistance, and we'll make our way, actually, before we make our way to the M15, we'll draw that in as the most recent support. So just below the current day's low, we've got this wick to the left, so we're likely going to need to be below that. In fact, we'll remove it for the time being. Now on to the 15. So the 4-hour is bullish, but we are at resistance. We have created a equal low forming support. But perhaps if we can drop below support, maybe that could lead to a deeper sell-off. Now there is an interruption in the 4-hour lower down here, guys. It's not been tagged into. Obviously in the 4-hour, you need a wider target, wider stop loss. Generally speaking, we look for the 1-to-1 minimum. So you're looking at roughly, by the looks of it, 250 pips or so. Pretty gettable off the 4-hour. Let's just remove that, make our way down to the 15-minute time frame here. All right, on to the M15, and structurally we are bullish. We are bullish as long as we really remain above this support here, guys. So The bias once again is bullish here on gold today. Therefore, I would prefer to trade line for the bias, but when would I consider doing otherwise? Now, I'll get to that shortly. What I'm going to do is just adjust this zone ever so slightly. Now, I'll add a zone in as well. I'm just going to add probably that level just there and change that to blue. All right, guys. So what we're going to be looking at, I'm just going to remove that horizontal at the daily high. Options. First of all, let's talk about the bias from yesterday. That limit order bias not being tagged into, guys, it is still valid. So what I'm about to do shortly, I'm about to put that order back in. 1, at the high of this interruption slash pause candle. 2, at the open of that interruption slash pause candle with the stop loss back below it. So that, once again, guys, same as what we had yesterday, it is still valid. We've not yet tapped into it. It's a level that I believe price could potentially pull back down to grab some more downside liquidity before it continues in line with the weekly strong bullish candle. So to me, that is definitely an entry that I will be sending once again shortly. So I'll just put that in there. The 2 options you could layer in. I'm personally going to have 2 separate entries, and they are on the interruption M15/30. Lines up the M30. There is one on the 2 hour, and there is another one a little bit lower down the M30, which I'll show you guys shortly. So M15 delayed, I see 1, and we'll call the one below it 2. There are 2 different entries for the interruption. All right, further buy options, guys. So what I'd be looking for is for price to pop back down towards the Asian range low. If it wasn't to pull back down to the interruption level, what I want to see is price sweep the Asian range low, pop back above, and see what sort of price action catalyst we may get in order to take a buy back up towards the current day's high or the most recent resistance. So what I'd like to see right now is this current move, now this current rejection, create a clear move down, and then we could at least target that resistance. So it'll give us enough margin to do so. If we chop about and just continue to consolidate, it makes it very tricky, and would mean you really just need to wait patiently for a cleaner option. So buys above the support is something I will be considering as well. Let's just put that in. And now for the sales, guys. So once again, not going to totally discount the sales. I'm just going to remove that zone to the upside. What I'll be looking for is similar for the buys from support. If prices to pop back up, sweep the Asian range high, only to reject. So long as we make a clear move up to it, then what I'm going to be looking for is rejection closing back within it, and let's look for a price action catalyst to take a potential sell back down towards the current daily candles low. So to me, that is a potential option for sells as well. So at the minute, guys, we're likely going to be waiting for either a pullback to the downside or a pullback up, and look to see how price reacts. Now, there were some interruptions late yesterday into the end of towards the end of the trading, and look at that. Look at that. Actually would have tapped in earlier today. Wow. Wish I was on the charts for it. I was not on the charts for it. Look at that. You learnt that entry on the stream. You played out yesterday, which we called on stream too. Wow. Would have been a cracking entry. That would be my week done, in all honesty. All good. So that's the analysis, guys. That's what we're currently looking at. Hopefully it made sense. If it did, hit the like button. If it didn't, hit the like button. Let me know what you think. And that is the goal, guys. That is the goal. Now, yesterday, I think it was NASDAQ played out a cracking entry as well. Actually, no, it wasn't NASDAQ. It was, what was it? It was something else. German 40 perhaps. Can't remember. It was something we called on the stream, guys. AU was one of them that worked an absolute treat. There was another one we called on the stream which worked absolutely phenomenally. It was just literally tapped in and rejected again. But anyway, how are we, guys? Hope we're all doing well. Franco, morning to you, mate. Paul, good day to you. Yusuf, morning. Poppers, my YouTube member. Welcome to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Peter J, I'm back from Philippines. Nice holiday. Looking for some action on the charts. Nice one, mate. Good to have you back. And I hope you enjoyed your time away, mate. Philippines, not somewhere I've been, but would like to go eventually. Hold my Nescafe. Welcome back to you. Can't forget that name. At market open, a long wick tapped, delayed. I see 1 hour on your broker. Market open. The market open is right there. Okay, not sure where the delayed IC was, to be honest. Kobe, morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Asha, any idea on GU? I'm looking for a long position after this M15 candle. Let me have a look at it. Surely, just let me boot some people out of the TikTok chat. Trying to promote their own group. How do you remove the friggin' comments? That's... Anyway, who cares? TikTok, there's no one ever, there's not many on stream either way. But TikTok, should jump across the YouTube stream where it's at. Exact same profile name, GU. So GU, you're looking at buying the next M15. Look, there's the interruption up here in GU, which has not yet been tapped into. For me, GU, I mean, you're a bit late. To be honest, it's kind of in consolidation. You've got this to the left as well. So that wick, to me, price could reject anywhere within it. For me on GU, I'd either be looking for the buy limit. So back up at that level there, which is to the left here is the interruption. So the interruption sell. Or what I'd be looking for is price to perhaps, once again, pop back down to the support roughly around this 13380 and look for it to create the clean move down, provide a price action catalyst for a buy, or trigger in buyers, drop below, and then you got a bit cleaner traffic to take a sell back down, and you could target not much margin there at all, so you couldn't really target that, but there is the interruption buy lower down, so that's probably my preference. Let me look at it in the higher time frame to see what direction the weekly is heading in. Bearish and pretty strong as well. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think there's a decent entry at all on it. I'd rather look for the sell from higher up on the interruption. But trade your plan, mate. Don't let me put you off an entry if you have a valid entry. My team. Shall send you guys the link. All right, I'm gonna set the orders. Not yet done so. So let me set my. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna show you guys for later, just in case price does drop and drops lower down. What we do have is a cluster interruption M30 entry at the high of this last bearish candle before the impulse up, and you can get very good risk to reward on that one. Stop loss below it, I mean, you probably just use the swing low in general there, and that would still be a pretty good stop loss. You're looking at about 65-66 pips roughly, so 64 pips, not bad at all. The other option at that level is, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 2 hour interruption. Yeah, there is the 2 hour as well. So there are options for later on. But what I'm about to do is once again set those orders to the downside here. Hopefully MagicKeys doesn't play up again, because it was doing so a little bit early today when I tried to turn on the terminal. good. Alright, so the first entry is going to be set in accordance to my broker's chart of 4102.15. 4102.15. That's wide stop, but again, going to go lower risk. So making sure I'm changing my risk here, splitting it. Now I can press open trade. Okay, perfect. And the second entry, I'm going to set for 4098 flat. $4098 flat. Change the risk on that one as well. All right, perfect. So those orders are set, guys. Right now, we're just in the middle of consolidation, so really not a great deal going on. Hotmine Nescafe meant that a market open, the buy from yesterday at 4102 was triggered. Buy from yesterday, 4102. Nah, mate, never got close to it. It's not got within about 50 pips of it or something. 40 pips roughly. Yeah, got within about 40 pips. At market open today, it got nowhere near it. It got 140 pips by the looks of it. So possibly you, I don't know, maybe looking at something different. I don't see an interruption. That's where the interruption is, where I've got my order set. Asher, all good? Pleasure. Papa's the green candle just beside the zone you mark blue. Does that consider as interruption? Green candle just beside the zone. Yes, this one. You're talking about that one. It's been tagged into. That would have been a ripping trade. That would have been an absolute cracking trade. Wow. This was not on the charts for it. I was at the gym. What time is this? Yeah, I was at the gym. I was actually looking to see if this candle was going to close above. I think it was. Mentioned it in my members group. If this candle closed above the resistance, we've wiped out that resistance. And then there would have been interruption. It's actually on the M30 I was looking at. Yeah, I needed it to close a little bit higher up. Wasn't even aware, to be honest, that 15 was there. Shit. Bad. Didn't have the indicator on. I was working on it, so I've had to remove the indicator for today. But all good. Guys in TikTok, don't be daft and fall for these idiots who come on saying they got a 99% win rate signal service. No one has a 99% win rate. 0 Hell 7 XAU, yep, that's what we're looking at. What phone app can I do this on, Zen? Well, you need, it's more than that. You need to create an account with a broker and download whatever what they provide, which could be for me it's MetaTrader 5, or for most people it'll be MetaTrader 4 or 5. C-Trader, I'm not sure if you can download an app for that. I have no idea. I use MetaTrader, but yeah, you need to sign up to a broker and it'll prompt you to download a terminal. I do not recommend trading on your phone. It's a lot more difficult to manage. It's a lot more difficult to do analysis on the phone. The only time I ever trade from the phone is when I know exactly what I'm looking at in regards to I've done the analysis prior to it and I've had to move away from the PC, but I've wanted to watch where I've got potential entries, or sometimes have an entry set. For instance, if I'm off making dinner or whatever it is after the stream and I've got a buy limit set or a sell limit, I tend to keep track of it on the phone. Mizzy sells, more focused on buys, to be honest. Why not wait for pre-market UK? Most likely get a sweep of the what? BSL? BSI? I have no idea what that means. The target Asian highs. Who said I'm in a trade? I'm not in a trade right now. Open your eyes, my friend. Nexus, if you're running in losses, good luck to you. And goodbye to you. It's mate Max. I'd love to, but there's things I'm not going to sit in the computer bloody 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day or longer. Why can I not remove this freaking comment? And TikTok sucks balls. Seriously, TikTok's just what a waste of time. TikTok. No offense to you guys watching it, I appreciate it, but seriously, jump across to YouTube. TikTok's just a stupid platform. BMPW, all good. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's quickly. Oh, that's what it was. It was silver. Yesterday. We called it on the stream. Not sure who remembers, but 100% you go watch yesterday's stream. I called that on silver. Look what happened. Literally tapped in and look at the bounce off that point of entry. So guys, again, just pay attention. We call so many cracking trades, but not only that, you learn the actual entry yourself and you know what to look out for. That is pretty much what we're looking out for on gold today. Similar thing, very similar thing just here. Silver's a step ahead. Silver's made a move down to that similar candle, which happened at the exact same time as gold, and completely bounced off it. You got great, I think it was 5-1 on the end. Or what was it in the end? 3.3 to 1. So a really good return on that. Let's have a look if there is any options moving forward. Looks pretty choppy, bit of a mess on silver. Nothing there. DJ often presents some pretty good entries. Looks like that may have been tapped into, but looked like that could have been one. No, nothing on GJ. AU. All right, so AU, there's a nice entry. Way back within the Asian range. So on AU, with like a 2.5 pip stop. I don't know if you want to widen that, but that's the rule for the interruption. Stop loss below the interruption candle itself, but that looks really good. If it makes it back down there, I'm not sure if it will. EU, look at that. So that would have worked earlier on EU. You've got the confirmation just here on this bullish candle that engulfed the wick on that bearish candle. Tapped in, basically no drawdown. You've got your 1-to-1 since pulling back. Aside from that, looking at EU, there is another potential entry at that point there. So that will look so similar to AU. That will look something like so, based on the M30. Remember guys, the entry is valid across the different time frames. The only time frame I don't have the data really to trust it so much just yet when it comes to the mine time frames is the 5-minute. GU, we had a look at it before. Not much going on with GU. I mean, there's an interruption here as well. The buy limits Yep, it lines up to 30. Buy limits as well are valid on GU, so you got sell limits and buy limits on GU. Remember guys, generally speaking, you're chasing that 1-to-1. Don't be greedy. The A. See if there's any lower down or higher up. There's one just there for a sell. Far off though. Buyers, nah, nothing much. All right, let's quickly check the indices here. German 40. Oh, that's likely a 30-minute interruption. It is too. It's not been tapped into. All right, so there's a valid entry on German 40, and it did close below support, so it is valid. Now, indices, German 40 is not something I really would trust. I do not have the data to back it up. I know it works quite well in NASDAQ from what I've seen though. That was chart from yesterday. Yeah, NASDAQ looks pretty ordinary. I'll leave it for members later. Could gold drop today? It could, and it could also go up. You got 5 sell positions across 4,000, 4,040, but I don't want to close and take the loss or drop. That's just, I don't even know what to say to that, seriously. Probably should ignore it, to be honest. I wasn't ignoring it, I just wasn't really looking. I was looking at the other pairs, but oh mate, that could be the bottom and gold could continue to rip. You need a plan, man. You need to have a plan where you're not trusting the trade anymore. It could be a technical level, or it could be a monetary value, a percentage, or whatever it is, but you need to have some point where you cut it. Jesus guys, seriously. Jeremy Simmons, g'day to you. Hit like button, yep. Jim, morning to you. Puppers, man, I'm listening but haven't started trading silver yet. Damn, I should start considering trading other than gold. Yeah, I mean, like I always say, less is more in this game. The less you expose your capital to risk, the less likely you are of losing it. So, become really good at trading one pair. Confident with it, familiar with it, consistent with it. And then perhaps watch something else and consider it. But for me, I spoke about my team yesterday. Perhaps moving forward, I will GJ. Who knows? Maybe across the board, just start taking some very low risk than the others. Think about it. Yeah, that was pre-news event. What the big impulse up. Primal light. Do I think gold will drop anytime today? It could, but again, I don't know. If I knew for certain, I'd be selling it. No one can tell you for certain. Jeremy, how have you spotted IC? How I spotted? Just something we observe that happens quite regularly. After price pushes away from the candle in a certain direction, so in this case bullish, what often happens, it pulls back to tap into that particular candle, the pause candle within the impulse. And we also notice the cluster, which is the ones lower down. For instance, this one here on the M30. Lines up with a level of liquidity. A lot of time price will pull back to it and bounce off it. So just observing time in the markets. I mean, I've been trading for what, over 9 years now. You pick up on things. Peter, AU. All right, yep. And how often do we see a correction of the news? So I believe that's a really solid entry, to be honest. Not the latest update for the interruption yet. Yeah, I was having an issue with it earlier. I'm trying to get that resolved. So we really want gold to make a move here, because at the moment there is absolutely no momentum, no direction. All we can go off is really the fact that the weekly is a very strong bullish candle. So for that note, I would again prefer to buy options, but I mean right now there is no signal at all to enter the market. Do have an update for the interruption indicator, but I'll wait until after the stream. Putting a pipe, I know, man, it's frustrating. They were gone, but all of a sudden they're back. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks. I have no idea what changed in the settings. Just, I don't know why you don't jump across to the YouTube stream, man. It's so much better. You get the full screen. There's a lot more content on the YouTube channel as well. The weekly, the trade of the week. It's not going to be uploaded to TikTok, I don't think. Ash price action is so chopped, didn't have a trade for 2 days. So that happens, mate. It's just part of the game. It is just a bit of a mess, but at least you're being disciplined and not forced anything. That's a positive. 20 pints. So weird they put so much effort into it. Yeah, God knows how to stop them. I have no idea. I changed settings. Doesn't seem to help. Oh, and Nescafe, can you post screenshots on Discord? You should be able to. To be honest, that's another thing that's pissing me off, because every day I thought I adjusted the settings so there wouldn't be scammers, spammers. Every freaking day there's someone posting some bullshit about the markets are volatile, blah 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 blah. However, if you join my group, blah 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 blah, I guarantee you this bullshit. And it always pops up in the community area, like all these different sections. And I thought I again adjusted the settings so they couldn't do so, but apparently they still can. So it is pretty frustrating. So you should be able to, but maybe, I don't know, give it a go, see. I know my members can, that's for sure, in the VIP. Jeremy, what? Which trade? You're talking about the sell that was contemplating? No, I didn't take it. I removed it. It wasn't valid technically. Where was it? Yesterday was Wednesday, wasn't it? Here? Oh, it was there, wasn't it? That's it. No, it wasn't valid. Reason being is, I don't know why I got flagged. Because this is a cluster interruption, it's not a continuation. Continuation is like, for instance, this one, or technically delayed continuation. This is what we call the cluster. So the cluster, before it's valid, it needs to actually create an impulse. And that is your target. So the impulse leg needs to be a significant one. So for me, this is just one candle clearing consolidation. Doesn't really give me any indication that's ready to perhaps continue bearish. So now I mentioned at the end of the stream, I'd rather it tag into the buy first, because that point there, you're likely going to have the margin to target back if it was to pull back and tag into the sell. So I'd be looking for the buy to tag into the limit order sell, and it didn't end up presenting. I was on a members call for probably about an hour and 45 minutes yesterday, and it just consolidated. This was the whole members call here yesterday. putting in play. Yeah, good man, pretty productive. Did some work, recorded a video for YouTube. Did some work on something else I've been working on. Been to the gym, which is good. Hope you've had a good one. Jeremy, can I look at EU or EU? I can. I had a look at them before, but I can look at them again. So what I mentioned on EU, there is a limit order on the delayed by limit M30, the interruption here. It's currently pulling back. It is quite bullish. The weekly, I believe, is bearish though. Let me have a look. Oh, it's back at its open. Did open with a gap down though. The way the daily is forming, I mean, it's forming strong bullish, has high, low, high, high to that previous candle. That interruption pretty much lines up the high of that previous candle as well. Lines up the bodies of the candles here in the 4-hour resistance as well. So that looks to be a really good level for price to potentially pull back to and for buy entry. So that is what I'd be looking at. Looking at buy limit, trade with the strength of the current daily candle. Looking at GU, oh, it's just tapped in. So you mentioned it would be a buy limit here. Your target is 1-to-1. So 4 pip target. And that's not saying you don't keep a runner, but generally speaking, with just the rules for this entry is you aim for that 1-to-1. And you're almost there right now. So price is pulled right back to that level and he's bouncing off it. Otherwise you target the daily high. You probably would be getting to break even. I mean, otherwise on GU, what you want to see, if it did pop back down further. Got severe lag, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. Computer's been funny the last few days. What I want to see is if it did pull back further, see how price reacts to the actual support itself. performs a price action catalyst, buys will be pretty good. And rejection sells from the Asian range. So sweep the low, sweep the high, and see how it reacts to those levels above the high. Still got that resistance which you want to clear, running into the sell limit on the interruption up here. Yeah, that's how I see it, mate. Thank you to new subscribers as well. I think we would have reached the 5K on YouTube. It's taken a while, but I'll tell you what, the last 3-4 weeks haven't. The last 3-4 weeks have been absolutely rocking. Appreciate all the support, guys. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to do so. Same for you guys on TikTok. Teapot Derby, g'day to you. Short sell, 100 area. Okay, fair enough. Jeremy, thank you very much. I at least learned how to identify that IC. All good. It's amazing now how many people comment about I've learned the IC entry from you, and I'm training it myself now, and it's such a good entry. And so thank you for all the kind comments and messages. Primal Light, over 9 years. What's with my PC? Samuda Pure Online. GU is bearish. Maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm just looking at pure price action catalyst which I had, and so far it's respected, and I reckon you got your 1-to-1 pretty much. What is IC? The interruption candle. You just gotta watch the stream, mate, you'll pick it up. For instance, that's an no, that was an interruption candle. Price was drawn to it, rejected it. Bill, I'm just gonna have to mute you, man. Yeah, it's kind of drawn to it like a magnet. It's like it picks up leftover orders from that pause. And the amount of times it rejects it with very little drawdown, it's phenomenal. We take it on the stream, take it away from the stream. So that's an interruption. Interruptions, that was an interruption, and it rejected straight after the engulfing candle. Look at that. Cracking entry that would have been as well. So just watch the stream, mate. You'll learn about the interruption and why it's such a powerful entry. Wilson is gold. Good morning to you, mate. I appreciate you enjoy it, and welcome. Just over 11 minutes until session opening, guys. Price action is really rank at the minute. Very, very choppy price action. Am I? You see this. Oh, good. Primal Light, great. I'm assuming you are quite profitable. 9 years. This is my first year, 8 months in trading Primal and Gold. Any good strategy tips? Well, still very early into it, so you need to first of all have a trade plan. So you know you're trading gold, know exactly what you're willing to risk of a day, how many trades if you are, you know, concerned by that. What session times you're trading, things like that. And obviously you need to know roughly what you're looking for. So for me, I mean, I know my entries. I've bloody built a course which is over 160 pages long, purely all by myself, from just what I've experienced in the markets. So you need to, you know, determine what resonates with you in regards to a potential entry. Learn it properly, and give it enough time to work out if it's something you can make profitable or something that maybe not for you. gather data. You might need to slightly adjust something. It's the best way to go about it. Journal. I know it's tedious. I know everyone says it. I know it's boring. I still do it. Goes in here. Goes into the members. And I record a video. Attach a video with it. And the screenshots explain full explanation as to why I took the trade. What the result was and everything. And what that's going to do is help you to determine what works for you and what doesn't. What you can do is, instead of trying to fix what doesn't work for you, put them to bed, focus on what does work for you, and refine it so it gets better and better. That's what I always suggest. So yeah, just stick with it, mate. Don't give up. There's going to be times where you just feel like you're not going to make it. The easiest way is to quit, and that's admitting defeat. Just don't admit defeat. I went through that stage myself. Many traders will. Pretty much every trader will. But yeah, just show a sign of character. If you can get back on, jump back on the horse and get back to work, stick with it. And things change. It just, there comes a point in your trading career where you just start to get things. Maybe it's because you sit in the charts and watch the charts move back and forward all day. You pick up on little things like how we picked up on the interruption entry, things like that. Liquidity sweeps like the Asian range high and low. Yeah, just don't give up. That's it. Samuda Pure Online. Is I see like order block? Clarify. No, it's not order blocks, mate. It's just literally a candle pattern. That's all it is. And I don't care really about structure or bias at that point. It just comes down to a pure candle pattern. That's an IC. There's a what we call a cluster IC here on the M30 in the 2 hour. It's a 2 hour interruption. It's got nothing to do with order blocks. Sometimes they appear at order blocks, and sometimes that gives it added confluence, especially when it appears just above or below the Asian range high. They're fantastic. And that happens. Doesn't often happen though. Chris Nuff, what do I think about current gold price? Bullish movement over? I think it's actually bullish. Is it over? I don't believe so. I mean, at the minute, it's just consolidating. Do I believe we'll continue bullish? No one knows for certain, but as long as we really remain above, I would say this 40. Let me look at the high time frame here on the 4 hour. Well, really, as long as it continues to pop back above 4K, I mean, this bounce has been quite a strong one. And to be honest, because the amount of times we have retested that 4K and bounced off it, the bounces are more and more shallow, suggests to me that we're likely going to break it. But this has been a pretty strong bounce. So if we begin to close above 4,200, then I think long-term picture gold is really, well, short-term actually, because long-term, irrespective of where price is now, I think gold is extremely, extremely bullish. I'm a permanent bull when it comes to long-term on gold. But if we can start to close above 4,200, then I do believe, this lag is terrible. I do believe that, again, the bull run is pretty much back on. That's just my personal opinion. Jeremy, how do you determine what is the direction of the day? By looking at the different time frames. So, I mean, as you probably noticed, when I start the stream, I do my top down, starting at the weekly, looking at the weekly and daily candle, and then the structure on a 4 hour and 15. I used to focus on daily structure as well, but I'm only looking for small scalps, so I don't really worry so much about the structure on a daily. More concerned by how the current candle is forming, how the previous candle closed, how the current candle is forming against that previous candle. Do we have a high low, high high, lower high, lower low scenario? Because that just adds confluence to, you know, to my Give me a preferred direction, basically. To list some Mongina. What are entries for today? Got a buy limit set at 41, sorry, 0215 and 4098 flat. Just yeah. Anything in between, just waiting because price action is a mess. Jeremy Graves, not a problem, mate. But yeah, just rewatch the start of the stream when I do the analysis as well, and that will give you a real clear picture. If you could, guys, let's get that like count up. Thursday there's less people on the stream. Not sure why. So I probably know why. The #1 salesman in Forex is probably streaming live right now. That's probably why. That's all he is, a salesman. Jeremy, you'll put the buy limit in. All right. Yeah, just remember it's a pretty wide stop loss, so adjust your lot size accordingly. Paul, who, come on, man, you should know. It's the Mr. Right, we're forming bearish here. I'm gonna fill this wick. All right. Bullish counter at support. We're coming back up. Yeah, you guys should know. We have a wick here to the left. If we break that body low, we're filling that wick, all that crap. Vanessa, buy limits is exact same as yesterday's stream because it's not been added in. So 4102.15 on IC markets and 4098. We got 2 minutes until London Open, and I mean price action is shit house. It is terrible. Okay, no problem. Jeremy, you use 0.05s in my 5k account with 13 pips. Okay, I mean that's fair enough. That's not over risking. 13 pips is in your stop loss. Yeah, look, with gold I would not be comfortable with a 13 pip stop loss, that's for sure. That's like a one move, that's like a tick movement in gold, especially when it gets moving. Primal Light, gold is just struggling to go to the buy sell zone. It is, it's just doing not much, but we're trying to make the way down to the buy level, so let's see. Yeah, so GU probably would have got around that 1-to-1 is now rejecting. Let's look at EU. Alright. Here we go, guys. Let's see if there's going to be some volume popping into the market. It now is officially London Open. Let's see if we can sweep the Asian range low here. Grown-ups, talking, good morning. You ever trade the bounce between your sells below buys top boxes apparently? No, I do trade them. I have specific price action catalysts I look out for. When they present, fantastic, but for the most part of late, they've not presented on gold. So for instance, bullish engulfing at this level would be fantastic. I need to determine whether or not I've got the margin, what the stop loss will be. Or like I mentioned in the analysis, better yet, if it swept the Asian range low, start to form support back above it. Again, I know exactly the catalyst I'm to look out for. Whether they present or not, it's another story. But I like what I'm seeing here. At least we're starting to move. That's really good. Jeremy? No, I don't trade it, mate. I only trade gold. This is exactly what I want to see. Oh, sorry, you entered. I read it wrong. Ogday, welcome to you. 4103 plus no buy volume all day. Why rush? 4103. Got entries at 4102. Grown-ups talking, awesome, thanks, great channel by the way. Can see your experience, thank you, appreciate it. Jeremy, gold is playing with me. Yeah, it's just been gold at the minute. It's not trending. Doesn't quite seem to have the volume at the minute. Like I mentioned, I'd love for it to sweep the low of the day and then see what happens. If it pushes through, the buy limit's going to play, or if it pops back above, we'll be looking at options to maybe buy it from the support. Gold will, as any other thing will, you know, when it comes to trading, will test your patience. As we've shown time and time again on the stream, if you are patient and you have your plan, you trade your plan, whether or not it happens on stream or not, or after it, or it, good chance it's going to reward you. Once again, you've learnt a shit ton from this stream, and a lot of time the interruption plays out absolutely perfectly. Good to see TikTok. There's a few people on there today. Guys, feel free to jump across the YouTube stream. Exact same profile name. I don't always stream on TikTok. Tuesday we caught a cracking entry. I didn't stream it on TikTok. It was just on YouTube. I don't upload all the content on TikTok. It's the same profile name. You can't miss it. Check me out on YouTube. There'll be an educational video dropping tomorrow. And the good thing is I keep them short and sweet. So it's only like 4.5 minutes again or something. Under 5 minutes. So watch the entirety, guys, because you're going to learn a lot from it. Don't forget to drop a like. Hit the hype button on it too. There's a new feature on YouTube. You can hit a hype button in the comment section of videos. All right, if there is to be any very impulsive entry, what needs to happen? Again, this is a rule of mine, and it's likely not going to happen because it looks like we're continuing bearish, which is even better. This candle needs to reject, leaving a long lower wick, closing pretty much where that horizontal is. That will be a very weak bearish close. The new candle needs to open up straight bearish, creates lower wick, and then as it breaks the high of that weak bearish candle, that's where the entry is. In anticipation, it's just grab more downside liquidity in order to push back to the upside. But it's very far off happening, and the probabilities of it happening are very, very low. So to be honest, I would still prefer this to continue bearish at the minute. I would love to be triggered in sort of buy limit. About to sweep the Asian range low. This is good. This is what we want. Rav, GC wick fill. Yeah, fair enough. Same shit as gold, so I'm not going to bother looking at it. I've got a delayed feed on it anyway, so I'm not going to bother looking at it. But I trust you. Samuda, pure online, EU 10 and GU 20 moves secured. Nice work. Teapot Derby, TP 95 area and setting buy limit. Alright, fair enough. When your shots rise, soon to break even. Yep, at least in managing it. Nice one. So we'll sweep the Asian range low. Let's see what happens. Oh geez, we're really dropping now on gold. Let's remove that horizontal. I don't think that's coming into play. Now remember, this is 4-hour support as well, that wick. Jeremy Simmons, money moves. Definitely does. Teapot Derby. Never mind, no buys today. Mine went until 8 AM ASD. Fair enough. Going to break 4K. Who knows? Anything could happen. Oh, geez, it's really dropping here. Wow. Is there anything breaking? If anyone has any idea of anything breaking news-wise, fill me in. Around war, is there something breaking? I can't see anything, but this buy limit's coming into play, guys. This is not that far off. Within about 40 pips at the minute. Jeez, it's really dropping. I'm all light, yeah, I know, but for the most part, London, there's absolutely nothing. I mean, this is the biggest London open candle I've seen in probably 2 years, to be honest. Jeez, yeah, man. Well, Buy limit's valid. Buy limit is valid and it could come into play a lot sooner than what I thought. Rev Lifestyle, what time does the Asian session end? Technically speaking, not for another 2 hours, I think. Yeah, 2 hours. Jesus, this is really coming down. Scalping by 100 area. Beats. G'day to you, by the way. I haven't seen you for ages. Wickfill. Jesus, this is... We're about to get tagged in. So close. Almost in on the first entry. Yep. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, yep, because I got it set at 1.5. About to be in. Still not in, guys. Freaking hell. If this bounces from here. I'm like you tagged in. I'm not in, guys. I'm seriously not in. You better not reject without tagging me in. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? I'd be absolutely gutted if I don't get tagged in and it just bounces straight up. You've got to be kidding me. Tagged in at 410.208. I didn't get tagged in, man. Oh no, it's 30 odd pips in profit right now. You're fucking kidding me. Use language. Oh, Jesus, guys. Look at that. What an entry would have been. That's like almost 40 pips in about a minute. You're got to be kidding me. The green light came on. The green light did come on. I thought I was in. You've got, man, you got 45 pips on the table. Guys, come on. Seriously, hit the like button. Where else do you see this shit? That's twice this week in a row. Oh, oh my days. What an entry. What an entry. Come on, guys. Seriously. Hit like button. Hit the like button. We're waiting for it for freaking 2 days and look at it. Look at the reaction to that level. 60 pips in minutes. In like 2 minutes. Man, I could lie to you guys and say I was in it. I'm not in it. I wish I was, but I was not. I'm not freaking triggered in. The green light came on my MetaTrader, but I did not get triggered in, you prick. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Seriously. Seriously. 64 pips running. Now you're in. Nice one. Happy to hear it, guys. Happy to hear it. Just bear in mind, there's no lower wick on this candle. All right. I'm going to remove that order because that should have been in. I'm going to keep the one lower down, though. What a freaking entry. Seriously, guys. Come on. Let's bloody put W's in the chat or some shit. These are the entries that I teach you guys on this stream. Not this bullshit bloody break below support with filling that with crap. Man, oh man, 70 plus pips. Come on, guys. TikTok, you guys take it. Let me know. Called it. Called it freaking yesterday. Called it again today. The power of the interruption. 90 plus pips in 5 minutes with no drawdown whatsoever. Come on, guys. Drop a like. Do something. Seriously. I wish I had not uploaded the trade of the week video, because that would have to be the trade of the week. I mean, the other one was also a cracking trade. That was perfect as well, which had no drawdown. But the reaction here, man, oh man. Almost 100 pips in about 5 minutes. We honestly don't get enough love on this stream. I know we don't. I give out free freaking education on a daily. I give out quality entries. I give out orders that I've got set for later on. Man, oh man. What more do you guys need? Appreciate the support from the ones on stream. So I still don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about that wick. What? That's the only wick I can see. Right, I'm talking fantastic. Yep, Jeremy, crazy. Yep, hit like button. Yep, scary, funny. One entry. Thank you, mate. Jeremy was perfect. Thank you. Lau, you're in. I'm happy to hear it, brother. Been here since the very beginning of the stream, so I do appreciate your support very much. So, Wilson's goal W. I secured 80%. Teapot Derby, nice one. Peter J, no entry for me. Driving, fair enough, mate. Reason TP1, primal light. TP1 is generally speaking 1-to-1. Well, it all depends, to be honest. It really all depends. I mean, if you got, I take profit. I like to take profit because I always manage trades in drawdown as well. Don't go broke taking profits. What a freaking entry. Just keep an eye on things, guys. There's big things to come. Big things to come. So mood, pure online, secure dollars for today's dinner. Nice one, mate. Kobe, I'm doing like as soon as I am getting it. Nice one, mate. Appreciate it. It's the minimum we can do. Yeah. Hoppers was busy watching the candle. That was got like entry. How are you attacked? How are you not? Oh man, I had no idea. What's the low? The low is 4102.07. How the hell was I not tagged in? It has to be spread. I don't understand how it's not tagged in. Look, I'm happy either way. I'm happy to see it play out so well, honestly. That's the main thing. Yeah, I missed out on some cash. Happy to see you guys making money from it. Oh man, what a freaking entry. Oh, my Nescafe closed 50%. Nice one, mate. Problem light took TP 198 pips. Let's go. Nice one, man. Big pot derby, that was fire. Thank you. Brad, W analysis. Thank you, mate. Oh, my Nescafe. Yeah, I'm not in VIP, so I can't post. How the hell are these freaking bloody spammers posting links? Man, it's so frustrating. You can send a chart into the chat. You just got to copy the last. All you got to do is screenshot open in a new tab and just copy the last part of the code from pretty much the X to the end, chuck in the chat, and I can then have a look at it for you. Man, what a freaking entry. Seriously. That's got to go down in the journal. I mean, that should go down in the victory for the stream, because pretty much all of you got in except for me. So, you know what? Use language, but fuck it. I'm putting it in. I don't give a shit if people are going to say, oh, you didn't take it. Bullshit. Could have lied and said I got tagged in. I didn't get tagged in. But what a freaking trade. So that's 161. Before. Man. And I've copped, how much have I copped, guys? Seriously, in the past. And you don't take a trade, blah, 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 blah. There's freaking reasons why, guys. I don't just jump in if it's not valid. And this is why, because when I wait, this is what will happen. Not every freaking time, but there's a higher chance it will. Up as what a strong rejection. Yep. Teapot Toby looking to add my short here now. Fair enough. Jeremy, patience pays, money moves. Yep. Pup, it's all good, man. It's all good. Brad, you missed it too because you're driving. Yeah. Pup is to take profit already enough at that support level. Nah, it's a good decision. Because to be honest, now the way this is actually rejecting and closing with a long upper wick, if the next candle was to break below this candle, then I do believe it could come back down further. It's 4-hour support though. That's the last line of support here in the 4-hour. Problem light, you usually do 1 to 3. Fair enough. Teapot Derby, like bun, yep. Be much appreciated. Problem light, get that re-entry, mate. Halfway point, I think. Teapot Derby, 100% legit, channel 100%. Thank you, mate. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna enter at that level. I still got the order for lower down set. Uppers 2 days in a row. We watch effectiveness of interruption candle. So clean. Thank you, mate. 3 days in a row, really. Yesterday was silver. Tuesday was gold. All with no drawdown. Every single one. And today gold again. Jeremy, like button, yep. Just quickly hit it, guys, if you could. Over 50 likes, appreciate it. Thank you. So my skull lens more into you, mate. A little bit late to the party. Missed the move, unfortunately. Jericho not chasing now. Yep, I don't blame you. You miss it, you miss it. That's God knows what reason I missed it. That's gutted, but I'm also happy to see how well it played out. Maybe you think will go down and we'll get in? Possibly. I'm like, for sure you called the entry right on the money. I will call that emotion. Yeah. I think it's deserved, to be honest, to add to the column. Jeremy, on break even, fair enough. Teapot Derby next by 90. Still got the order at 98 set. Let me look at it again because there are. Next one I want to get involved is 83. Or the 2 hour. at 86.50 roughly. That's another one you could pretty much layer into. You could have one at the 2 hour level and then one at the 30. Freaking hell, look at that. I'd still have a runner. Alameen, please bless someone to be pro like you. I don't know what you want me to do, just watch the streams, mate. Not a professional, I don't think there is such thing. I mean, I'm not employed by bloody, you know, some big hedge fund or something to trade for them. I'm just a consistent, profitable trader who knows exactly what, you know, how trades plan and what to look out for. It works day in, day out. See, Pop Derby, all good. Some of us got lens. We are growing. Mr. Justin, we are growing, my friend. It's good to see, finally. Jeremy, US 30, no idea. Never ever looked at it. It works quite well on NASDAQ, from what I've seen. NASDAQ, there's one here. Alright. I don't trade it though. It tends to work quite well on NASDAQ. GUs would be now probably within break even, so you have pretty much that 1-to-1. There's a valid one on silver as well. Yep, there's enough margin to target. Man, I need to record another trade the week video. Oh, that looks like it went up to the halfway point of that zone. Yeah, it's tapped into some previous support and respecting it. Teapot Derby, like A3, yeah, I really like that as an entry point. I just hope that it happens today while I'm on the chart, because I will not keep it in overnight. Or during the Asian session tomorrow, because Fridays I don't trade London. I just don't have the time for it. I keep a bit of an eye Asian session from outside of home, but so long as I know exactly what I'm looking out for, still call. I still send the analysis of what I'm looking at into my members group. I don't know, man. I can't believe. I wish I had it recorded, because I had it, the green light was on. I was convinced I was in. All right. For anyone interested in any price action sells, what I want to see is bearish engulfing. What a trade. Teapot Derby. Well, it's in the description below, my friend. Or just click on the website. That's also in the description below. And I charge pretty much the price of a streaming service, and that includes the course and all. So and there is the lovely lady showing her support as always. I appreciate you. Having a good day, and I look forward to chatting to you later. Ben ASF, W, nice one. I had it sold on TikTok, took it. Upper's second entry can work. Look, I've still got it in. But that was the entry, guys. That was it. I think there's a lot of sell pressure at the minute, to be honest. You know what I might do? I'm going to remove that buy, and I'm going to wait and see if we've got the sell. We could have a sell limit. This can well and truly engulf. And I'm going to focus on the buy lower down. Because the body, when we initially come up with the interruption, it wasn't the body that we had tested. It's just something we've seen happen quite often. But, I mean, how often of late we've seen on stream, it just taps into the wick and bounces. So my concern is that it might push through it. So if we can close strong engulfing bearish here, then there'll be a sell limit at the low of that bullish candle. And I will shortly place a buy limit order at the high of the 2 hour and the 30-minute. I would like retest entry perhaps. Yeah, no, there's no double dipping on that. Grown-ups talking, you might still get your lower entry. Yeah, this is the entry I'm focused on now, as far as the buys. Hold my Nescafe, it's, you can't send a link. Only moderators can send links. It won't show up, I can't see it. It doesn't show up. You need to, once again, copy like the last part of that code and send it into, so copy and paste it into the chat. So bed power, would I take it again? Nah, not on a re-entry. I mean, it's bouncing pretty much from the same level, but that's something I don't have the data to back up. Freaking got it, but I'm happy at the same time. It's weird feeling, guys, seriously. Kyle, yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't double dip. No, not into that sort of stuff. First in, best dressed. You missed the entry, mate. You missed it. So did I. Friggin' didn't get triggered in. It did. I don't understand. Red must have not drew me in. It lit up green. We had the entry set on yesterday's interruption. It bounced right off it. 100 pips. Puppers, really would love to celebrate with you. It's all good, mate. And again, just another trade in a day. And more importantly, it's good to see the analysis and the edge playing out as per usual. That's the most important thing. So you guys see it, you guys trust it. Oh yeah, yeah, man. It literally tapped into it. It lit green on my MetaTrader. I was convinced I was in. And it just bounced. So most of the YouTube got triggered in, but I didn't. And that was probably the trade of the month, let alone week. It had to have been a spread because it actually dropped to below. It got, my entry was at 4.10215 and it got to as low as 4.102.07. It's frustrating, but what can you do? Jeremy, no, I'm not interested in a second entry in that position. I've removed it. Focused on the ones lower down now in regards to buys. Just give me a second, guys. I'll be back. I'm like, it's holding on support line so far. You mean it's respecting that level or the actual interruption? Jerry, DXY. Yeah, I'm assuming it's pumping. Just look at Euro. I don't have DXY here, so I just look at Euro. It's the most liquid pair. And it's trade against US dollar. Yeah, I don't bother looking at DXY either way. Man, I've got severe lag. Oh, come on. Problem like suspecting that level, but still bearish trend. My PC has been really playing up of late. I hope it's not dying. I'm like, spoke too soon. Yeah, trying to break below it. All right, let's see what would the entry be on the sell limit here. 410551. Why is everything so laggy? All right. So I'm gonna get it ready, but I'm not seeing the order until this candle's closed. But what I'm looking at is the potential for a sell limit now. At the low of the bullish candle, stop loss back above the high, and I'll look to take two entries, one at the low and one at the bottom, sitting in at 10 pips higher up as well. And this is the continuation interruption. This is a really solid one when things are trending. Wilson's gold, where is it heading to? Well, it could head to the buy limit. Teapot Derby? No, I'd be looking at literally low of that bullish candle. That's the pause. $195 real quick. Yeah, not for me. Let's see if we can actually get a sell now. Can't set the order just yet because I need the confirmation, and that confirmation will come once this closes well and truly engulfing. Smoother pure online. If gold goes down, they bring EU and GU together. My entry will reach the target. Yeah, not always, but for the most part, signifies there's weakness in US dollar. Everything against the US dollar. Sorry, strength in US dollar. Teapot Derby, there's a downtrend wedge. Possibly, I don't know. I don't trade that sort of those formations. Grown-ups talking, can you explain that with a bit more detail, please? If price pulls back to the wick level of the green candle, that's the interruption. This is the pause slash interruption candle, the famous IC entry. This one here was the delayed interruption because price did not return to it after some time, so that's pretty much why it's delayed. Continuation is when it taps in on the following candle. Wow, this, Jesus guys, should I be seeing a buy limit just now? Good chance the buy limit could trigger in before a sell. What is the sell limit? That's the thing, I can't set it at MagicKeys until the candle's closed. And I'm gonna set the buy first. The buy limit, I can't even check 2 hour on TradingView, MetaTrader. 4086.34. 486.34. 408.4. I don't even know if that's right because I can't even check 2 hour time frame on MetaTrader. I'm going to set an order. $40M30. That's going to be set at 4081.3. Or 81.3. No, that's sorry, that's completely wrong. 483.08. 483.08. Stop loss back below the bullish candle. All right, so they're set. I've got buy order set. $8634. And another one set at the 30-minute level. That is 8308. Now I'm going to set a sell limit at low of that bullish candle as well. That's based on the M15. So that is 4105.51. Plus risk. All right. So I'll stick around till the close of this count, guys. I'm into overtime again. Let's see. Grown-ups talking, you understand, thank you. It's falling off charts. Yeah, unreal that drop. Jeremy. Teapot Derby by activate. Yeah, wish you luck. BMPW, gold is just falling today, London session. Wow, yeah, this is the most activity we've seen around this time of day for years, I reckon. I mean, it's good to see. Really good to see, even, like I said, even though I didn't get triggered in. I know most of you did. What a trade, either way. Beats, I still don't know what wick you're talking about. Is it higher time frame or something? I have no idea. I'm not lying. I have no idea what you're talking about, wick. $90 buy limit, nice one. Well, assuming it did drop on, I think you mentioned you're trading futures, if I'm not mistaken. Jeremy, always break even. Fair enough. If you break even. Oh, 8, 6.34. Just royally screw that. Let me do it again. Or 105.51. Laura, g'day to you. Have you opened laptop been? You've just opened a laptop, sorry. Listening to stream whilst driving. Nice one. Jeremy, I see valid in the 1 hour. Yeah, actually, I think it was one in 1 hour. Yeah, it lines up with the 2 hour. It's the same thing. So it's the 1 hour, 2 hour, and M30 all lining up. The 30-minute one is just a tad lower down. That's why I'm going to have the cluster as well set. Yeah, I'm going to wait around for this candle to close and just see where we're at. And I'm going to have to monitor it on my phone because it's getting to that point where it's getting pretty late. So Laura, been watching for the A.C.T buy that just tapped all day, but unfortunately missed it. A few more options come. Yeah, you and I both had the freaking order set. A.C.T markets, explain, please explain. And the Aussies will know what I mean by that. Well, how I said that, who I'm referring to. Please explain. My favorite politician. Top dog that they're just ticking our entries. I see markets must be watching the stream, thought, nah, not letting this guy get in on this trade. Oh, geez, we're approaching. Brad, you got it, mate. You got it. It's I really don't see. I don't know what you're on about. Apologies, mate. From 10 hours ago. Nah, it must have been a liquidity sweep or something, or it probably what broker you're looking at. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, for instance, my broker might have this big long wick and it might not be on another broker's chart, or I wonder might be showing a big long wick and it's not showing on Forex.com, or yeah, I don't see it, man. Not on my broker's chart as well. Five minutes, guys. Let's see. The Musk on Lens, I always join live from office. Rain actually made it difficult to get to the office early today. It's all good, man. Always another time, another trade, another chance. So CP 110, Teapot Derby. Good target. Realistic. On my Nescafe, 38.2 is right at your first entry. Also adds confluence, so nothing wrong with that. David Carnaby, good day to you. It's on futures, not spot. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the answer. Right, that's why I can't see it. You guys sell limit 110? Okay. Look at that. It's moved into clean area traffic and it's now starting to mirror and move back down. I'm light. It's forming great wall of candles. Looks like it's going to happen right now on another entry. In 1 minute. 1 minute is just too many candles. All right, let's have a look at the 1 hour, seeing we're about to close. So the 1 hour, obviously low strength. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. So the sellers are present. I mean, the 4 hour, there's going to be an interruption on the 4 hour. If this can continue bearish, the issue with the 4 hour, I'm gonna have to wider target, wider stop loss, but still valid. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, guys, my focus is going to be the interruption entries as what I mentioned before. So sell limit, buy limit. They're your options. Yeah, but I think that might be a wrap on the stream. It's not going to tap in this on this candle. Already done over time. Just quickly though, don't forget guys, tomorrow I will be dropping a video roughly about an hour and a half from this time. So I think around 10:30 a.m. UK time, 10:45, can't quite remember. Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, it's for education guys. It was about the trade taken on Tuesday, which was a very solid. I mean, it's just as good as this one probably. Also had zero drawdown. It was a great trade as well. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you want to know any more information about what we do at A.C.T Forex, click on the website. It's got all the information. And again, for the price of a streaming service, why not invest in your education? My team, I will probably catch you guys for a quick call. It won't be a long call today. I won't have the time for a long one, but I'll catch you guys probably in about an hour and a half from now. I'll keep you guys posted. YouTube, TikTok, thank you for your support. Guys, so I won't be on tomorrow, but you guys have a great weekend. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you enjoyed the stream throughout the week. Once again, I do appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys next week. My team, I'll catch you guys a bit later on. Cheers, my friends. Have a good one. Go well. Cheers, guys.